Hey everyone, Tim once again with the Word of Life Church. Know it's kind of unusual that I come back on after I do a video. I do about one a day, or and I've been talking about doing some news update videos. This is sort of one of those, but this has to do with a subject I'm not 100% sure about. It's a subject that people's talking about in certain circles, and it's going on right now. They had on the news. I believe the first sighting was in North Carolina. What I'm talking about is apparently there are people, and of course, the internet is rife with conspiracies and what they are and everything. People or so running around in North Carolina and elsewhere dressed up as clowns, and I need to get in and actually look at some of what's reported. They're saying that they're trying to lure kids, and it's not just one. It's several different ones. Trying to lure kids in vans with into vehicles with like money and candy and stuff like that. This is not something new, okay? This is stuff that kind of some of the weird type stuff that yours truly, myself, kind of keeps an eye on, because it can have other meanings as well. And what I mean about that is that if this is true, and like I said, this actually has been going on at least since the 1970s. Because in fact, I even did a comment on the YouTube, but I saw it in another video, but I watched a video talking about it by Pastor Paul Bagley. He had a video about it, and was talking about it. There's a news article, and but anyway, at any rate, there was a researcher named Lauren Coleman, and he did a book called Mysterious America. Back in the 70s or early 80s, probably early 80s. And I believe at the time, he was living in Illinois. And they had a rash of those incidents as well. People dressed up as clowns, going around trying to kidnap children. So this is, everybody don't get your shorts and twists. This is not something new. What's behind it, I can't really say yet. Now, it could be a whole host of things. They're saying that, the singer Rob Zombie, oh boy, him being an atheist and a Satanist at best, is making this movie about this group of murderous clowns that kidnap people and torture them and stuff like that. Just material that you would expect a satanic Hollywood rock singer to come out with, of course. And they're saying it's maybe a publicity stunt for it. It may very well be. You're saying, well, why are you bringing this on here and talking about this and everything? Well, because I want everyone to remember, it's the 1st of September, okay? We got to remember what's coming next month. What's coming next month at the end of the month? Halloween, okay? Now, Halloween, of course, is kind of the Catholic Church paved over version of the festival or holiday of Samhain. And now that's, pagan holiday that, the Wiccans celebrate, and this is one of their highest holy days of the year that they celebrate and, do rituals. And whether or not you believe or not, they believe in what they're doing. They actually kidnap children, do human sacrifices. I know this is going to sicken some people thinking and talking about this, but hey, sorry about that. I don't want to be afraid to talk about anything, especially something this serious. Now, what I'm asking you, and I'm doing this early, this actually kind of kicked me in the ear when I saw this, is from here till then, pray and talk to your children. I don't care if you think it's silly or not, but You know, you don't know where this could happen, and it could happen to your children. So talk to your children and tell them a situation like that. I know, and try to find. I know parents try to find a way to do it that it won't scare them. Because I know there's some people they're on the comment section on the video, and I put the little part in or I commented on the video and told them that, hey, this has been happening since the 70s. Read this book. This guy, talking about Loren Coleman, investigated it back then and everything. But there was a few people that were adults on there that said they were scared to death of clowns. So clownophobia is real. But seriously, on the serious side, listen. Be praying, because that holiday is coming up. And like I said, whether or not that you believe what these people are doing, or what they're doing for, or how they're doing it, the fact of the matter is children and adults and even animals disappear around this time, okay? Around these holidays that these satanic Luciferian people celebrate. And like I said, Samhain is, it's just the like I said, the Catholic Church replaced Samhain with All Hallows Eve to recognize the saints and everything. And so of course that name got chopped up, and we are not really chopped up, but just kind of linked together. And so we started calling it, and the church started calling it Halloween. Okay, so. But it happened at the same time, and there's about a 3-day period that they celebrate until they get to the very day where they have these rituals. Okay, this is going to sound far out, but like I said, I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. If you do the research, you'll see what I'm talking about. And if the police would be honest about it and talk about it, they would say the same thing. And they would never come on and say anything like this, because it would get people in an uproar and a panic and a scare. But they're told to be on the lookout for stuff like this going on during this time. Okay? Now I'm giving you warning too, Christian brothers and sisters in Christ. Listen to me. Pay attention to me on this, because this is important. This may seem silly, but the enemy works and does so many different things. Some things that sound crazy, like this right here, but as long as he accomplishes his goal, or their goal, they will do whatever they can. Okay, whether it's dressing up as a clown to lure children for we won't even go into any type of ritualistic talk. I can tell you some of the stuff that go on. No point in it. Just, you can imagine, okay? Anyway, they can do that all the way up, to the point that, the devil, possessions, in anything in between and whatever. The enemy will do stuff to accomplish his goal, no matter how silly. Now, I thought this was kind of silly myself when I read it, and had I not known about the incidents that happened, like back in Illinois back in the 70s, I would have just written it off. But this happens ever so often. It comes in, seems like it comes in waves, and then it'll eventually die down. So, like I said, as far as I know, what I can vet and find out. This has been going on at least since the 70s, when that gentleman Loren Coleman, did the research. I'm pretty sure it was in Illinois. I don't have a copy of that book anymore. I wish I could find one for a decent price, since they're out of print. Kind of hard, but if you guys out there know it and maybe you can find it in your library, might be a good read as far as unexplained stuff and the chapter on that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let me and all jokes aside, be upfront and honest with you on this. I asked this last year, and I'm going to ask it this year. You men and women of God, during this time. Start early this year. Pray against the holiday that's coming next month. Now, I know Halloween is just, when people say, "Oh, there's no harm in it," the kids just dress up and have fun, get candy and everything like that. Okay, that part seems like it's harmless, but it's what is behind all that that's celebrated, the darkness part of it that's celebrated. I mean, for goodness sake, other places celebrate even stuff. The Day of the Dead in Mexico, El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, but they mix their belief with Catholicism, so it's Catholicism plus their voodoo and voodoo, Santeria, and all kinds of other different weird type religions that they do. It's just a combination of it's full of stuff. You can't separate one belief from the other. So anyway, like I said, I know it kind of sounds weird, and who knows, maybe this was or this is. One guy, I don't think they know if it's real or not. One guy sent in, said he got a picture of one, and it shows a kind of a blurry photo of a clown walking by, and the clown looking at him. And I don't know if the guy confronted him or tried to, or if the guy took off or what. So don't don't think I'm wearing the tinfoil hat and crazy and everything when I talk about this. But what I'm talking about is a very real problem. We have human trafficking in this state, in the state of Tennessee. We've got human trafficking that they can't get the source and stop at the bottom of it, and they have that elsewhere as well. So it's not just by these means that they're taking people and children, but as I said, the enemy will use any method he thinks that he can use to accomplish his ends. If it's dressing up as a clown, opening the side door to a van with a bag full of candy or a puppy or money or something, and a kid young enough and doesn't realize it, the danger that they're in, gets kidnapped, and that's your child, you'll come to the realization real quick of how real this stuff is and what happens, and the darkness that is out there in the world, and the enemy. I think Dr. Chuck Missler did a video, and it's called the encroaching darkness. We're starting to see the darkness really swell up. So how much longer before we see the flood and the large tide of evil that's going to engulf everything? Now, the Spirit of God, I believe, is slowly retracting. And one of these days, the restrainer is going to be taken out of the way. And at that point, it is going to be, you can't even imagine what this planet is going to be like once the restrainer is taken out of the way. The darkness that's going to cover it. It's just you can't find words to describe it. And all the stuff that's going on behind the secret chambers right now, this very instant. So anyway, I'm not going to drag this out. I just saw that. I listened to Pastor Bailey's video, and I had seen it elsewhere, but didn't put too much stock into it, because as I said, this happens every so often. But it kind of got in mind and heart to go ahead and come on and start a prayer chain with me. But you brothers and sisters in Christ, start with me together, praying against this holiday next month, that the children, adults, even animals, people's pets and stuff, would be safe from the stuff that's going to go on during this holiday. Like I said, you may think it's silly, you may not believe in it, but let me tell you something. The people that are doing it and doing this stuff, they believe and they know what they're doing. So at any rate, don't want to drag and beat a dead horse, as they say, but you can check it out. It'll be probably on some news pieces, and it'll probably be little small news pieces, and and the news anchors are probably just going to laugh it off and heal it off, giggle and make a big, say nothing about it, make a big joke about it. But they won't be joking very much if something happens and one of these people kidnaps a child and someone witnesses it or finds out about it. It's not going to be a big joke then, is it? So, at any rate, people, call to prayer. Call to prayer against the holiday next month of Samhain, Halloween, if you want to call it that. I normally call it by its original name, Samhain, however you want to pronounce it. And when I said this last year, I got a few people that sent me some comments that say I just was ignorant and didn't know what I was talking about, and Halloween is a holiday made by the church. Yeah, it was what All Saints Day, All Hallows Eve. They did it to replace the pagan holiday they talked about, and so eventually it turned into the word Halloween. So yeah, that was made to try to smooth over and try to make the holiday, I guess, less pagan or evil, and it got turned into we dress as monsters and go from door to door and collect candy. So at any rate, like I said, just make of it what you will, but on the serious, I do ask you to start your prayers, start a prayer chain, tell other Christians to pray against it. There's power in prayer. Sorry, got a needy cat here, wanting petting. There's power in prayer, and possibly we can stop some of the evil that's going to try to manifest itself from here till time. And before long, and even now, it's probably the time that they're going to be trying to kidnap people, children, and whatnot, to keep and have and hold on to until they do the stuff that I don't want to talk about online that they do. Like I said, you can pretty much imagine what do. And this being these being family friendly videos, I wouldn't talk about anything like that on here for just anybody to watch. So at any rate, this is just a warning and a call to prayer, an early call to prayer this year, and just pray with me, and God will bless you for it. If you stand against the enemy, the forces of evil, I believe also God is proud of you for standing up for the right and the light of God. So at any rate, God bless each and every one of you. Anything else comes up, any more updates on this, find out what it is, if it's just a hoax, if it's a movie, promoting a movie, or if it's, if we just find out whatever it is, we'll not mention it in the next teaching video if I hear anything more about it. But the call for prayer against holiday next month stands. Please pray with me, and together we can make a difference, because the Lord hears our prayers. If you're in His will, you're a Christian, you're saved, walking in God's will, He hears your prayers. So at any rate, Tim once again from the Word of Life Church. I know, kind of an odd little video, but just pay attention to it, and just take all of your beliefs out of the little four-cornered box that you've got, and understand that weird stuff happens, and that what we were talking about, stuff that happens, ritualistic type stuff, happens. Okay, even the police departments will acknowledge that. So at any rate, we'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. Talk soon.